Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. I just got through listening to President Joe Biden talk about the education program and dealing with this debt. And I must say that it might help a lot of people. I'm not sure just yet. But I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed at all. You see, my vision of the education system is totally different than that. Now, I asked myself, I had to ask myself this. What is it, ladies and gentlemen? What is it? When a man can, or people can have their dreams, their wants, and their desires, when they can have everything they need, the resources for living as if they are in heaven, never having to worry about those things that are just seemingly natural, like food and clothing and shelter and education and health care and transportation and infrastructure and all of the things that you might be able to do with the new creations that men engage themselves in. All of that is taken care of. That's what's happening in heaven. And I'm thinking, what if it's so fantastic in heaven, why isn't it fantastic here? That's what I've been asking myself ever since I've been big enough to realize what going to church wasn't about. Now, when you think about that, ladies and gentlemen, I think about what Joe Biden just said about education. That left you half stepping, and he was talking about how many billions of dollars is engaged in this and how this is going to help this project over here and this project over here. And I'm thinking to myself, that sounds like a bunch of hogwash. I see the problems of today being the same problems of the future. We are playing games, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm sure that what Joe Biden and the Democrats are doing is 1,000 times better than what Republicans care about. But I'm talking about, what do you care about? What do you really care about? Now, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you why. All of the things that I just mentioned to you that would bring you peace and prosperity and freedom and joy and happiness, and your dreams being fulfilled, your needs, your wants, and your desires at your leisure. Why is it that you reject this? I'll tell you why, and listen to me good. This is why you reject it. If I walk up to an alcoholic and told that alcoholic that if he didn't stop drinking, that he's probably going to die, would that alcoholic stop drinking because I said that? I could be a doctor. No. I can walk up to a drug addict and say the same thing. If you don't stop using this heroin, if you don't stop using this drug, you're going to die. Would that addict stop? No. I can walk up to anybody smoking weed and tell them that if you don't stop smoking weed, this or that is going to happen to you. Will they stop? No, they will not stop. Not because of what I said. Why won't they stop? Because to a certain degree they found an addiction. They have found an addiction for it. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get them off. That can't mean you won't stop it. But you just won't stop it because somebody says it's good for you or better for your health. So when we talk about changing the system, talking about how wonderful it can be, it doesn't make too much difference to people who are addicted to this system. All they know is this system. They love this system in comparison to something they don't know. And if you're making some money into real money, you're not thinking about anything else. And if you're in a position to make some money thinking that you're going to be making some real money, you're not thinking about anything else. And if you're making some decent money, you're not thinking about anything else. And if you're surviving, just even though you might be living from paycheck to paycheck, you're not thinking about anything else. And even if you're on welfare, you're not thinking about anything else. And you can be poor on the street signs with on the corner saying, we'll work for food, we'll work for cash. will you be ready to commit yourself for the changes that I just mentioned too? No. Why? Because you are addicted to this way. And what I've just mentioned to you sounds like the thing that you have heard would be available to you when you die. Now that sounds much more real to you than this happening now. Even though when it is explained to you, we are letting you know that the power to make it real is in your hands. It's not in my hands. It's not in black folks' hands or white folks' hands or men's hands and women's hands. It's in everybody's hands. But what I'm saying to you today, are you ready for it? No way. Now, there are some things that will make you ready for it. For instance, let nature do to you what it's doing to some of these other places in the world, like in Spain or China, the Philippines, or in Texas. Let some of that stuff happen to you, and all of a sudden your property is all messed up. You need all kinds of money just to get yourself back together. Your farms and everything is destroyed because the water just didn't have any mercy on you. And now the hard times are really going to come. Oh, brother, when the hard times come and you don't see any other way and your money won't do anything for you. Because if it is possible that it can do something for you, it'll cost so much because you know why. And so, why do you have to wait until catastrophes come? Why do you have to wait until the pain and suffering become so unbearable? I mean, can't you wake up? Be wise now? Think about it. Just thought I'd share that with you. Until next time, Eddie Marcus saying, goodbye.